Hi, it's Golden Morn, Amber Dawn, and it's Tuesday, March 11th, 2008, 4:55 p.m. And I had a dream last night. I'm dreaming a lot lately. Everybody dreams, but I've been having some scary dreams and a lot of nightmares consistently. But this one was interesting in that it was one of my more adventure nightmares that I could, they didn't completely terrify me, but that I found very interesting. I'm going to try and remember bits of it. Probably influenced by the fact that I recently read Naomi Klein's The Shock Doctrine, The Rise of Disaster Capitalism. And I've been thinking a lot about the issues raised in that book. Colonization and disaster exploitation and environmental issues also are on my mind. lots of things are on my mind. Personal things I won't get into, but relating to my claim. So I'm quite stressed out. So it's not unknown to have dreams, and like I'm having personal scary dreams to dreams like the one I had last night. What happened that I recall near the end of it was I was at some sort of school, like an elementary school outside of it, and a disaster had happened, something. I forget exactly what was going on. I think some sort of fire was happening as well, you know, a whole apocalyptic sort of scene. And I remember this man came over and he like put his, we were crouched down, we were all supposed to just like sit in the, you know, it reminded me of those old advertisements. I guess it would be my father's generation, where they were told, you know, the fear regarding the nuclear bomb and how they could protect themselves by crouching under a desk, or putting the picnic blanket over your head, or, you know, putting your legs together, putting your head down. Well, that's sort of what we had to do. Was we were all sitting, all of us sitting on the pavement, you know, just in lines and crouching like that. And I'm like, how is this gonna save me? But anyway, and the man is over me and, you know, sort of ridiculing me for being so stupid, for not knowing how to do this. And I don't recall everything said, but it was as much to whatever. Anyway, things happen, people die. I think there was so much more going on to where I ended up being put up on this pole, and this reminds me of English class, where the teacher kept using this newspaper article about this kid, you know, about pole sitting. I don't know, some Olympic event or something. I don't know. It was either imaginary or real, I forget. And where you have to sit on top of a pole for a number of hours, and it's a competition, like a Guinness Book of World Records sort of thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm up top, and I'm very high on top of this thing, and it's scary as hell. And I'm afraid of heights in this dream, and I think it's ridiculous that I'm put up here, but it's sort of like a punishment. But apparently it's like a sacrifice sort of thing. And of course this creature from the sea, because all the waves are up, like the tsunami kind of thing, are crashing up. And I know it's so disjointed, the pieces I'm remembering, because so much happened, like it was a continuing story. But I see the creature, and it's sort of, it looks like War of the Worlds, but it's an underwater creature. And I get the knowledge from the situation that it's brought to the surface because of what we've done, global warming, and if you don't even want to call it global warming, just climate change. We have, you know, made the temperatures so that we have done enough destruction that it's woken these things up, or brought them out of the depths, because we don't know the depths of the sea and We don't know what's there. And actually, in real science, in real life, there have been strange, very ancient creatures of the sea come to the surface to die, usually, or discovered because, and people have suggested it's because the waters have become too hot, or I don't know, inhabitable, or who knows why. But yeah, already I'm just gonna ignore that counter. So what's happened in this dream is that it's our fault that these creatures that are so menacing, which didn't cause the initial destruction. The destruction was caused by who knows what. But they're from the heat, and there's more of them, several of them, and they will go back to where they were if we let them. But anyway, during this whole reconstruction period, that's supposed to happen, like, people are in a state of, I remember there's a schoolroom, and there's one classroom where this teacher, very proper teacher, had kept the students all sitting in their seats, and they'd done schoolwork, and they'd even done some projects, and they stayed in their classroom sitting at their seats, all very proper, and she cooked for them. I can see her being some sort of idealistic part of me, that all these things I should be doing under a chaotic situation, a stressful situation, you know, managing well, keeping all my little inner children occupied and productive, and self-control, you know. Anyway, it was so bizarre going into that room and seeing. Meanwhile, everything outside had been just mayhem. It was like the school had become a mall, you know, and like stores, big stores, you know. People were coming out and going in. Very bizarre. Anyway, so I'm up on this perch thing. It's a sacrifice, and I get the idea, which of course I start doing like one of my rants. But it's like this inspired speech that you usually see at the end of films, and sometimes I do this in my dreams. You know, the moral lesson: we don't have to do things the way we always did before. This is this is a chance for us to take things for ourselves and run things differently, to make things different, to rebuild differently, to make the kind of world that we want, not what has been done before. And that goes to the idea that is in the book, regarding how various peoples that have come out of shock from in different countries or through different terrors have rebuilt and done things differently, and taken power back for themselves, and land for themselves, and identity for themselves, community, real actual community, and done things against what differently. It's shown that it can be done, where you can share, anyway, where you can survive in a different way, a better way that doesn't hurt the earth or each other. And so I was given this sort of speech there from way up high, with this creature, you know, looking like it might eat me, but it didn't. And I don't think I was hurt. I'm sure a wave crashed and that was it, and I woke up. But